At first glance, this should be routine. A home semi-final in Dublin, a squad stacked with world-class names, a team that's been here before many times. But if you look a little closer, there's something heavier in the air. Because this isn't just about Leinster reaching another URC final. It's about silencing the growing chorus of critics, about ending the whispers that maybe, just maybe, this team has lost its edge when it matters most. From heartbreaking Champions Cup defeats to World Cup exits for Ireland's core, this group has carried the weight of almost too long. And now, a semi-final at home has never felt more dangerous. Not because of Glasgow, but because of history. Look at the team sheets, and you'll find something both sides have in common. Holes. For Leinster, it's a brutal list. No Caelan Doris, no Tadhg Furlong, no Robbie Henshaw. Add Hugo Keenan, Gary Ringrose, Josh van der Flier, and you're looking at a talent drain that would cripple most teams. Even Tommy O'Brien's return can't mask the damage, especially in a squad already struggling for momentum. But Glasgow can't exactly smirk either. They're missing Matt Ferguson, Hugh Jones, Jack Dempsey, and Zander Ferguson, a British and Irish lion. The difference? Leinster still has Sheehan, Barrett, Conan, Gibson, Park, and a bench most international sides would kill for. Glasgow, on the other hand, is calling on belief, energy, and a bit of magic. That gap in depth might be everything, or it might mean nothing at all. It's funny how one name on a team sheet can calm nerves. For Leinster fans, that name is Geordie Barrett. His presence alone injects composure and spark. You don't just get a utility back, you get a commander, a symbol of structure. But if you flip the script, Glasgow has weapons of their own. Tom Jordan, Sione Tuipulotu, two players who didn't just play well last week, they dominated. Smart, tough, fearless. Add Rory Darge, a man on a mission, and suddenly this semi-final has more X-factors than the odds suggest. These aren't second stringers filling gaps. These are men who could tip the balance. This game might come down to a number. And it's not on the scoreboard. It's depth. Leinster has it in spades. Clarkson might not be Furlong, but he's still a quality prop. Sheehan is elite, Conan's on form, and off the bench, Max Deegan, Ronan Kelleher, Snyman, it reads like a test match bench. Glasgow's replacements are gutsy, but green. They don't bring fear, they bring fire. Which sounds romantic until the final 20 minutes when fatigue sets in and world-class finishers start hunting mismatches. Still, Glasgow has something Leinster might lack: unpredictability. When you've got nothing to lose, everything becomes possible. If this were just another rugby match, history wouldn't matter. But this is Leinster, and for Leinster, history isn't kind. Last year's Champions Cup final, lost. The World Cup quarter-final, heartbreak. Another URC campaign where almost started to sound like a mantra. And the worst part, these weren't fluke losses. They were patterns, marginal defeats, flat starts, one mistake too many, one try too late. Glasgow might arrive with confidence, but Leinster arrives with baggage, and that baggage gets heavier with every missed chance. Let's talk talent. When the squads are blended into one dream team, the math is clear. 10 Leinster players, 5 from Glasgow, a few toss-ups. On paper, the Irish side should walk this. Sheehan, Ryan, Barrett, Gibson, Park, it's stacked. But this isn't fantasy rugby. Because no statistic accounts for heart, for desperation, for belief. And belief? That's where Glasgow thrives. You can't measure it, you can't plan for it. But if it hits the field early, it can make the better team start to second-guess everything. Watch the first quarter, not the scoreboard, the body language. Because if Glasgow lands a punch early, doubt creeps in. And once doubt is there, even the strongest side can unravel. This isn't just about rugby, it's about psychology. Leinster's supporters know the script. Get behind early, lose a bit of rhythm, watch the crowd grow tense. It's not the score that breaks you, it's the silence, and that's Glasgow's weapon. Chaos. A try from nothing. A turnover that flips momentum. If they smell fear, they won't hesitate. Let's say Leinster wins. What then? Because for this squad, With its resources, reputation and expectations, the bar has always been higher. The URC isn't the prize, it's the consolation. This team was built for European glory, and anything less feels like failure. Even if they win by 20, the critics won't be silenced, not until they lift something bigger. That's the paradox of Leinster's power. When you're expected to dominate, even dominance stops being enough. So here's the prediction. Leinster by 6, but it won't be smooth, it won't be clinical, it'll be clawed, earned, forced through discipline, experience, and maybe a touch of desperation. But if Glasgow plays without fear, if Leinster hesitates for even a moment, this could go sideways, fast, because pressure isn't just a force, it's a trap. And in knockout rugby, traps are fatal. This isn't just about one semi-final, it's about legacies. For Leo Cullen, this game might decide his future. For Glasgow, it's a chance to rewrite their ceiling. For Leinster, it's a test of identity. Are they still the team everyone fears, or just the team that used to be? Whatever happens, this isn't just a step to the final. It's a spotlight, and in the spotlight, truth always shows.